Hello and welcome back to my channel, my first upcycling video. It is currently 7:30 in the morning. The kids are in the sitting room with their breakfast and playing the games. They're all settled for the minute. My voice is slowly coming back. I don't know what happened. I have got laundry hanging up here that's all getting dried currently. This is like my morning. And I just thought I would share with you, starting a project review kind of thing. So first of all, I wanted just to share with you what I made for my sister. So as you may notice in my shorts, I upcycle coffee jars because I think to myself they have so much more use than just being put into the recycling bin. So I make little vases. So as you saw in previous shorts, I have ones with green with Easter egg sticks in it. I have a pink one I did for my mum for Mother's Day, and then I did a sponge technique to create kind of a vintage rustic look of pink and green being the base, because my sister's having a girl, so I thought this would really suit a girl. So yeah, that's one. So what we're going to do today is start two projects because I've got another coffee jar. So first of all, we've got the coffee jar. I am going to try different on this one. Normally I add a layer of paint straight on. I'm going to try the sponge technique and see what happens, because what I really want to do is do half pink, half green, but I'm going to try and do the sponge technique for halfway round. So we're going to trial this one out today and see how we go with this. The main thing is just a coffee jar, but what I'm going to start doing, because I enjoy making these as a hobby, is I am planning on starting to sell them on Vinted for like a couple of pounds, not a lot, £1, £2, of a nice little homemade vase, just to kind of share with everyone. That pound is literally covering my paint, my twine, if you separate it by how many jars I can make. So at the end of the day I'm making zero profit, but it's just so that I can keep doing this because I enjoy it, and then maybe test out other glass items that I get that you can recycle. That is my aim this year, is to actually start upcycling more, especially recyclable products that we finish with, like plastic bottles and stuff like that. And also I'm looking for free furniture on Facebook and stuff that we could upcycle for our household to start making a house feel more homely. I have got a doll house arriving for Athena's birthday, which is that we got for free, which I'll share with you later because I picked up today. And I'm planning on upcycling that a little, doing just a touch work on it, because someone was giving it away free, so I grabbed it for Athena's birthday. And yeah, so glass jar. I'll share with you the other product before we start time-lapsing it to share what we're going to do. So as you may remember in a previous vlog, I mentioned getting gifted 3 different types of shelving, like this cube shelving from my sister-in-law for free. So what I'm planning on doing is I've got a sanding block here, and we're going to sand this down today and try and get all this paint off. And then that will allow me to, I have to go and find a primer, buy a primer to put on the wood first, and then I've got obviously garden paint left over. I know garden paint isn't the best paint, but I don't want to waste any of the paint I have, so I'm going to be painting this green. I think I'm only going to do the out rim and the inside maybe, or just the outside and the out rim, leave the inside white, so you have a bit of white there to do a contrast thing. We've kind of an idea, so we're going to start that today as well. This will be a 2-part product, so you'll get part 2 for next week. Just to kind of share with you my journey of upcycling items and then see how it looks when we put it up. So I hope you enjoy it. So if you enjoy upcycling, please do hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And why not comment down below what your favourite upcycling project you've done is, and maybe to give me some inspiration of what colour we should do this, whether it should be pink, green inside with the rim being the colour, or just paint the outside and keep the inside white, just to make it stand out a bit more, because I'm fed up of white in the household. I kind of want now a bit of colour brought into it. So yeah, let's crack on. First of all, many people ask me on Instagram especially, how do you do the sponge technique? Well, I grabbed just a normal scrubbing sponge from Tesco's. I had loads of these, and I kind of was attempting to cut, but I ripped off the back bit, and then I ripped it in half like this. So then, like this one here, which I'll use for the pink, you just dab it in the paint ever so gently, and then you just start dabbing around where you want it to go, and it creates such a nice little rustic look at the end of it, which I think is really, really nice, the different texture to it. Many people aren't keen, some people don't like this sort of thing. I love it, and I know a lot of people do love it as well at the same time. So yeah, so I think that's the best description I can do. So I think it will time-lapse the rest, and I'll put a little voiceover with a little bit of music hidden in the background. Just have a chit chat while we're doing it, and we'll see how we go. So yeah. So as you can see, I did a layer of the pink already this morning, and this is the afternoon now, and then I'm going on with green. Like I said, just simply get a sponge, cut it in half, and dab a little bit of paint in it, and then dab around. And honestly, it leaves such a nice like bubble texture is the way I could describe it. It looks pretty cool and rustic. This is where I kind of go wrong though. I start doing a second layer of pink in a minute, and then I don't know how to place it down because the whole jar is covered in paint. But look at the look already. It actually looks quite nice. So that's the start of the vases you just saw. I did the pink bit when I wasn't on camera earlier when I had time, and then I thought I'd just do the green part of the sponge technique. No, yeah, the green part of the sponge technique now with you. And then I kind of stomped myself because I was doing the pink again on top. Yeah, so I kind of stomped myself because I decided to top up the pink, and then I had nowhere to put the vase down because I couldn't grab it. So I ended up putting it in our coffee station because it was easier for me to slide it on there than it was to try and get it on my upcycling paint. So yeah, I kind of stumped myself there. Next is sanding down the cube. I've got to figure out the sander in a minute. It's a block thing and it looks like you just put the paper on it and go like that. So I'm going to do that shortly as well. So yeah, I feel quite pleased with my vase for part one. Obviously I've got a lot more to do, but this is the difference. This is just the sponge technique on top of plain paint, painting it first, whereas the new vase that I'm doing, I'm just doing the sponge technique all over it. I'm not painting it, just see the difference. Even I think I'll need some new sponge because this was really dry, the pink one, but it should do for another level layer tomorrow. So fingers crossed. But you'll see part two for the vase next week. So that'll be the finished vase, and obviously I'll be finishing the cube for next week's clip. Because I don't want to put it all in one video, do I now? So yeah, so I feel quite happy with that. Hopefully that'll work. Wish me luck. So on to the cube next. So as you can see, I kind of struggled to get into this first one, and then I struggled to figure out how you put it together. So Georgie took over to figure out how to fix this block to it. Funnily enough, it's just two metal sides. You slide them down, you fold the paper on it, and then it hooks on, and there you go, ta-da. One thing we did find out though is with the cube itself, you can't actually physically sand the paper off with just a block sander. So what we've done is we've created marks all the way into the paint. So this should help to get the paint to stick and to stay on. I've decided I'm going to do the outside and the rim, the colour, and leave the middle bit white so it stands out a bit more. And we're not going to put them in the hallway anymore. I've decided to put it in the kitchen. Down the sides we put some household plants in it, which I'll show you in a different video once we've done the upcycling, and then that'll come into one of our cleaning, organising, decluttering, renovating style video. So yeah, so it was a shame that we didn't have a strong enough sanding paper. If you need an electric sander ready to take the colour off, but we're going to try and go with it. We've marked it all up, and so the paint should stick. So yeah, hopefully it'll work. Just going to leave the music to play now for the rest of this and watch me sand, and then I do clean it down to get rid of the dust. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. So the cube has, 1 minute. So like you heard in my voiceover, the cube is the liquor paint cannot literally come off with the hand block sander we've got. But what we've done is we've created many scratches, don't know if you can see that, and indents. Oh, there you go, indents. And we're praying that the paint will stick on the side layers where we've created all these indents. And then I'm going to do a very thin layer around the front. This is going to be a big job because I need to paint and let it dry, and then turn it around to paint, and then do a couple of layers. So for this one, we're going to, for this upcycling vlog, we are going to paint, and leave the outsides to dry. But I need to find something to put it on, but I have got an idea. 1 second. So my idea is I need to find a place for all these to go, because I want the cardboard that's hidden in here to put my shelving on. Excuse me. I'm not in my sock now. to then use that as a protector to put my shelving on to paint. So if any paint goes over it, it just goes on that. So let's just time lapse and find somewhere to put some cans of Pepsi. I got it wrong. It was cans of Cheerios, but we found room in the fridge to put them in, and there wasn't a lot left to put in. So I managed to fit them in. So yeah, so I think this should work. I'm hoping we can make this work, can't we? Yes, we can. Right, so as you can see, it's set up, ready on my hob that I've turned into a DIY station, which I do need to stop doing, and I do kind of, because we have the air fryer, we don't anymore really use the hob or the oven. We just use the air fryer, sometimes the hob, but only like the front ring. So, on time lapse here, we're just going to paint and see how it goes. I'm going to leave our first upcycling project there. Next week you'll see the next part on the cube and the finished of the vase. I reckon the cube's going to be a couple of episodes, well, next episode, and then the final episode will be when it's done. And we've got a few other cubes to do. So I'll try and get this cube done from the next upcycle project one that's coming up. So the cube and the vase should be done. And then the second upcycle project will be the last two cubes to get those done and putting them up, which will be interesting. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this first upcycle. It's quite simple and plain, I know, but I'm well chuffed. And if you did, please hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. And why not comment down your favourite upcycle project you've ever done as well down below. And I'll see you next time. Bye.